Welcome to
Angel and the Wiz.
Angel and the Wiz. See, I'm doing that for those of you that are struggling with identity crises and don't know who is what. What is it? We have this week's 3 Christmas songs are
I
need my glasses.
I'm the sober one in this.
I know. I want you to know. Yes, folks. I have to admit, it's the holidays. Okay, I've had a couple of screwdrivers, and if the studio wasn't in the house, you wouldn't even see me tonight because I couldn't find it. Okay. Oh, holy night. Oh, come all ye faithful, and it's that time of year.
Someone was playing your CD at
You're
work.
kidding me. God bless them. Really?
Yes.
A Christmas Waltz.
I walked in and someone was and
Ain't
he had
that
this
sweet?
thing, and I was like,
Ain't that
what?
cool?
And they're like, yeah. And I was like, are you really playing that? They're like, yeah, it's Christmas time now. And I was like, that is awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. They had
That's
it on the
really
CD
sweet.
player. I was like, that's really awesome.
You know, okay, so we have three songs from the Christmas CD, which you can have for free if you write me. None of you have, so nobody's gotten it, but it's still free.
I have it.
Yeah,
Some
well, you
people at
have it.
work have it.
Okay, they do. Okay, now, something we didn't get to last week when we got sidetracked into stuff. And also I want to say again, Bill Whittle, go see Bill Whittle because the things he said. He made a
We
great
might
point.
have to do a new rule that every time you have alcohol, politics is 100% off the table.
Well, but it's very rarely that I do. I grew up in a different generation. These people that have been watching my show since 1974 know that I used to sit here with a pipe.
And these people who've been watching the show since 2011
Have no idea.
have no idea what's going on.
No idea whatsoever.
Oh,
I smoked my pipe with the editor of Penthouse on my show.
Nice.
It was very cool.
I should tell you that when I was went to work this past weekend, I was working odd hours, and so I was seeing people
Yes.
I had seen people I haven't seen in a while, and
Right.
seeing people that I've never seen before.
Okay.
And I must have gotten from all of these young kids like, oh my God, are you new? No. Oh, I've never seen you before. I know, there's a reason for that.
I sneak in on Sundays. I go right to the Tusker house and you won't see me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, shit. Ignore that. Okay, now, I have to say something. There are 2 truly great movies.
White Christmas?
No. Yes, White Christmas.
I love that movie.
Okay, that is a great
It's my
film.
favorite movie. My favorite holiday movie.
But I want to say that there are 2 new movies that really, truly deserve to
Define
be
new.
respected. New meaning within the last 5 or 6 years. Okay? Or 5 or 10 years.
10 years?
Okay, because my life is going by.
Okay.
It gets more rapid as you get older. It goes
5 or
by
10
quicker.
If you're talking about, this one is not 5 or 10 years.
Is it longer than that?
I think so.
Scrooged
I
with
think
Bill
so.
Murray?
Yeah, that's longer than 10 years.
Well, let me just, there's 3 films I want to talk about just for a second. Today's the 19th. For those of you that watch this in New York City, this is the 19th of December. And I have a comment about the Mayan thing. I was going to do a special Mayan show on December 21st, 2012, and satisfy the prophecy that the world has ended. And I got lazy, and it was the holiday season, and I decided not to do it. But the fact of the matter,
inebriated.
right? But the fact of the matter is, next week on the 26th, we're going to be here. So those of you who were not saving for your retirement or doing anything past the 21st, when you see us next Wednesday, don't be shocked, okay? And start saving money for your retirement. Okay, now, there's 3 films that I really want to point out.
Okay.
The first one is The Family Man with Nicolas Cage. What a great film.
I've actually seen that. That's kind of like...
what it is it's the end of A Wonderful Life as the whole movie. In the movie A Wonderful Life, George Bailey gets a chance to see what his life would be without him. And it happens at the end of the film, and it's a short period in the film. In The Family Man, he gets to see what would have happened if he had made a different choice.
Right.
If he had chosen to stay with the girl he loves.
Marry the girl, and then he'd have kids and whatever. I've seen bits and pieces of that movie.
It is an absolutely wonderful film.
A movie where Nicolas Cage actually acted.
Oh, he's great in it. Let me tell you something. Nicolas Cage is a much better actor than he gets credit for. And I will say something else. Nicolas Cage is an actor that 10 or 20 years from now, everybody's going to look back on as Jimmy Stewart. They're going to say, this guy was phenomenal. He dealt with everything, okay? And in this movie, and he's done weird films. Let me tell you something. In this film, he is absolutely Academy Award material. Now, whether and I know he didn't win it for this movie, but I am telling you people that watch this show who are way ahead of everybody else. You watch Angel and the Wiz, you are years ahead of the people that are around you that don't watch this show. Okay, that's a fact. Why? Because I've been years and years ahead of my audience for all of my life. That's why I'm
just catching up. I'm sorry.
That's why I never made real money, because I was so far ahead, and I've just been catching up. And I might be one of those guys like Picasso, where the money's going to come in after I've been in the ground for 20 years, which will be great for my wife, but it won't mean anything for me. And for her, she'll get the best. Yeah. Okay, but the point that I'm trying to make is Nicolas Cage is a great, multifaceted actor who deserves an Academy Award for this movie. This is a tremendous film. It is a great Christmas movie. It's called The Family Man. The black guy, I don't remember his name, who plays the angel, and he's never called an angel, but you know who he's working for, and those are angels, okay? He said, this is going to be so good. You remember you brought this on yourself. It is such an incredibly great film. I just watched it today. That's why I'm effervescent about it. But I'm telling you, if you have a family, you can sit down and you can watch The Family Man, and at the end of it, you will feel good. You will feel good. You will feel good. Okay? Now, 2 other films I want to talk about. There's a remake of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol called Scrooged with Bill Murray. It is phenomenal.
That's an older film. That's like 15 years.
But I'm telling you, it is a great movie. It's another one of these films, like The Family Man, who didn't get the... Remember, you got to keep something in mind. You know the film we pray at, The Wonderful Life, oh my Lord. Let me tell you something. It was nothing at the box office. Mm-hmm. It was when it hit TV, and everybody saw it, and they realized what an incredibly... Sometimes a film is before its time. The Family Man was before its time. Scrooged was before its time. And even the third one that I'm going to get to was before its time. But it's already come into its own as a classic. But let's go back to Scrooge for a second. Scrooge is an updated version, an impeccable updated version of A Christmas Carol. But it's moved up to the current time, and it is perfect. It is a perfect film. You only get perfect films when you have perfect casting and you have a great script, and all of those things come together like this. That's what happened in the movie Scrooge. And I am telling you, you can watch Scrooge and leave that film feeling clean and good. Like The Family Man. You feel clean and good. The difference in The Family Man is you have to decide how it ends, but you know how it ends. Because... just because some lousy Hollywood director didn't make it loud. Let me tell you something. You took a movie like Titanic. What is missing from Titanic? Just to digress for a second.
The boat
sinking? A great ending. Let me tell you something. She throwing that thing overboard, the jewel overboard, was not the ending Titanic would have gotten if it had been made in the 30s or 40s. This is the ending that they would have made for Titanic if it had been made in the 30s or 40s. She would have taken it, and she would have passed away. And her daughter, her niece, would have come the next morning and found that she was passed away, and there would have been a Christmas, there would have been a gift to her. And she said, this is a wedding gift, because you know she's going to marry the guy on the boat. Okay? And what is it? It's the jewel. Okay? Everybody would have walked out of the theater, bingo, like they walked out in the 40s and the 30s. Bingo.
I liked the ending of Titanic.
No, she threw it away. She would have never thrown it away. She threw it away. What does it mean if she throws it away? She means that it wrecked her life so much that she got rid of it. That's a negative ending.
Did you know, I'll go back to the Titanic, that I was watching some documentary about the Titanic, and that they found a piece of the ship that they hadn't found before.
Okay.
A very specific piece with the metal, and the way the metal was torn,
Right.
it changes the way that they believe the ship actually sunk. That instead of it sinking down and breaking off like that,
Right.
that it actually like compressed from the inside out. Like it didn't
blew out?
that it didn't break in half like fall over.
Right.
That it cracked like this.
Okay. No,
It's very.
I haven't seen it, but I mean
I
still doesn't.
it was just a very anyway.
No.
Go back onto that.
No,
what was your third movie?
The third movie is one that's already become classic status, but was only so-so and actually not good even in the box office when it was released. And it's a movie called Scrooge with Alastair Sim, which everybody today looks at as the definitive.
You have Scrooged with
Bill Murray.
And then
Scrooge, A Christmas Carol.
Okay.
No, he did. Okay, this movie, everybody at home that's watching us now already looks at as the classic, definitive film adaptation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Because Alastair Sim, who was a comedian, really, was fantastic in the role. Why? Because he was a comedian, he was a great dramatic actor, because you have to be a great dramatic actor to be a good comedian. Okay? So he was great in that portion of the film. And when it's okay, he comes unglued. And he's great, and that's why Bill Murray was so good in Scrooge, because once the sadness is lifted from him, and he sees the world the way it should be seen. Okay, so I wanted to mention Scrooge from 1951 with Alastair Sim. We have all, and one of them, I love TV. I love TV. Okay, everybody that watches the show and has watched it since 1974, I have been on the air on Manhattan Cable. When it was Sterling Manhattan.
Okay.
Since 1974.
So you love TV.
Okay, I love TV. TV is a marvelous medium, and TV has been the one to take A Wonderful Life and Scrooge with Alastair Sim and turn it into immensely loved classics that they didn't receive when they were made because they were ahead of their time. A Wonderful Life, because there was.
I'm not a fan of It's a Wonderful Life.
But that's okay. But the point that I'm trying to make with Scrooge, when you see really Scrooge is a black story. It's about ghosts and stuff like that. Okay, and when it was released in 1951, being true to the novel, it was dark. Okay, even though it had some wonderful pieces. And TV, showing it to the masses, allowed it to regain its status in the world. Now, it is considered by all the critics, not those at the time, but now, as the definitive Charles Dickens films. And I will tell you, and you people that watch this show are so far ahead of those other folks, I will tell you that Scrooged with Bill Murray will someday be lauded by coming generations as the greatest update of the Scrooge story that has been done, and it's gonna be, and really Bill Murray will finally get the credit that he deserves for that great film. And because and you know what a great film is? A great film is one that the casting works, and the story works, and the production works. All three of those things combine to mesh in the middle. Sometimes you can have the wrong cast. It doesn't work. Boom, boom, boom. Like there's a movie many years ago called The Bishop's Wife. Had Cary Grant, David Niven, and Loretta Young. All people that were probably gone before you were even born.
Probably.
But originally cast, David Niven was going to play the angel role, and Cary Grant was going to play the minister role. And they switched before they shot. All the difference in the world. Because Cary Grant in that role and David Niven in the other role, it never would have worked. But they switched. And that's made the difference. And there are other films, none that come to mind because I've had a screwdriver, that there are other movies where because the right person didn't take the right role in that movie, the movie died. Because the people at home were used to seeing this person in this role, and they weren't in that role. Okay? There's a movie called The Bronx Tale, where Robert De Niro plays this good guy bus driver, and Chaz Palminteri plays the racketeer. Switch them. It's a hit. Leave it the way it was. It died. Because people don't want... It's like Maltese Falcon. I'm sorry. Casablanca. The Julian Epstein, the guy that was talking about it, he was making this point. You want to see the German guy get shot. Who do you want to see shoot him? Humphrey Bogart. Okay, so that's what you got to do in some movies. Well, in this Bronx Tale, if you're going to have Robert De Niro, he's the mobster. You can't have him be the good guy. You know what I mean? The only way you're going to have him be the good guy is you make the mobster a good guy. You present that one time when a guy did a good... And let me tell you something. When I was growing up and I went into New York City, I produced an album called All My Thoughts, and it had one song on it called Rose Against the Sky. And the engineer told me to send it to this guy at Columbia Records. And through that, I met with Nicky and Bob. I went into the city. I signed with Columbia Records and all this stuff. Okay what I mean? And it was because of their feeling about one song that opened up a lot of opportunity to me. And, you know, anyway, I know I lost the other thought. I lost the other part of the thought that I wanted to make.
Another drink.
but that's how it's happened. So I mean, I've been in show business since then, and it was those kind of things that when they happen, they work. You know, the Robert De Niro film called Analyze This was great because Billy Crystal was limited. Billy Crystal is the kind of comedian that does flatulence humor. That doesn't play with Robert De Niro's audience, with his audience. Okay, it might play with Billy Crystal's audience, but it doesn't play with Robert. So when they made the second movie, Analyze That or whatever, it was a disaster. Okay, because you know.
There was a movie that came out with Burt Reynolds was in it, and Adam Sandler and a couple other people were in it. It was about the football prison.
Okay.
Anyway, the movie was okay, but what I liked about it was, for me, it was the first time I saw Adam Sandler in a role that he wasn't the slapstick
jackass
comedian. Right. Yeah, you know, it's not so much a jackass.
He didn't play a jerk.
But he doesn't always play a jerk, but it wasn't like stupid humor, like the Water Boy where he was being dumb or or I'm stupid, or...
That's why I can't watch Meet the Parents.
So...
Because he always plays a jerk. And I mean,
he's not in Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents, yeah.
Adam Sandler's not in it.
Yeah, that guy's in it.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What's his name? Well, if it's not Adam Sandler, who is it?
I don't know.
It's another guy like that. It's you know, there was a comedy team.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
A man and a woman.
I don't remember who everybody is.
And their son, is in Meet the Parents, and
anyway,
he plays a jerk.
So anyway, I was quite impressed that was a movie that he didn't. He
too far.
Yeah, it was cool to see that. There's I like it when comedians challenge themselves to be not comedic. You know, if you want to be taken seriously as some sort of actor, and I think that a lot of these comedians are now trying to do that, that they want to be taken seriously, that they have to challenge themselves to be funny, but not always go for the laugh.
Well,
like, that's the key.
And that's the thing. The people that watched a Scrooge, A Christmas Carol, with Alastair Sim, this was an American audience. They had no idea. They had no exposure to Alastair Sim, and didn't realize that he's played women. He's a comedian. Okay, that's what he does. But it gave him such a step up to play the Scrooge role, because he had that ability for when he woke up. Bill Murray, people knew him as a comedian, and I think that's one of the reasons they didn't give him the credit for how great that film is. But it does, but here on Angel and the Wiz, we don't look at today. We look at what we believe in, okay? And we believe in the right things. Whoa, Oh my God, that I might say something so pretentious.
Now, wait. Our definition of right things might be a little bit different, but...
Well, you represent that side, and I represent this side. But I mean, but the point
but there are things that we agree on.
That we agree on,
and there are things that we agree to disagree on.
That's right. And the fact of the matter is that on these kind of things, we usually always agree on this stuff. Politics stuff we don't agree on, right. But on this kind of junk, we usually agree. Now, let me just make sure. I told you about Bill Whittle. Go see Bill Whittle.
Yes, this is the fourth time you mentioned it in 2 weeks.
I have to put on my glasses because once you get to my age, she's the young, I'm the old part of this.
I couldn't read his chicken scratch anyway.
She couldn't. For those of you that are watching us and are worried about the Mayan, we're not going to see you before the 21st. This is the 19th, 20th, 21st. In 2 days, some of you people are really worried about what's going to happen to the world. I am telling you, our show is going to be on the 26th.
You mentioned this already.
Okay, this is a different show. I think it's a different show.
No, I don't think
Well, anyway, I want to make sure because we're getting ready to wrap up. So I want you people to know that for those of you that are expecting the world to end in 2 days, we'll be here on the 26th. Okay? I said about the 1%. Boom, boom, boom.
That was last show. Last week.
I think it's very important to know. Oh, wait. This week's songs are Oh Holy Night, O Come All Ye Faithful, and the Christmas Waltz. Okay, I told them about that too. Okay, well, we got about a minute left.
You did a lot of talking today.
Did I?
Yes.
I'm really sorry.
That's okay.
I hope you folks have a wonderful Christmas. And I want to tell you something.
Or holiday, whatever you celebrate.
Whatever you celebrate. Listen, most Jews celebrate Christmas. You know why? Because I was told by a friend of mine when he was young, you think we're going to miss out on that stuff? That Christmas morning, we're going to... Okay, well, I kid. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, it's called Christmas.
30 seconds.
Christ Mass. For those of you who are atheists that don't get it, I don't care. Don't celebrate. Go to Syria. Go someplace where they don't like it. We celebrate Christmas. We are a Christian Judeo country. We celebrate Hanukkah. We celebrate Christmas. We believe in those things.
Do something good every day.
Right, what she says.
Help the victims of Hurricane Sandy. And donate Toys for Tots and volunteer at your local animal shelter.
Right. Bye.
Happy Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long live the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope as the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees and hear the angels' voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night divine. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye, oh, come.
Come ye to Bethlehem, come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Sing, choir of angels, sing in exultation. Sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Frosted window panes, candles gleaming inside, painted candy canes on the tree. Santa's on his way, he's filled his sleigh with things for you and for me. It's that time of year when the world falls in love. Every song you hear seems to say, Merry Christmas, may your New Year dreams come true. And this song of mine in 3/4 time wishes you and yours the same thing too. This song of mine in 3/4 time wishes you and yours